How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about AMC. It ended up having a red day inside of the market. We got some comments from the CEO that did bring a lot of concern to investors. We'll talk about it more in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for AMC. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $26.52, being down 2.50%. On the low, it tested $26.42, and then on the high, testing $28.13. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 26.656 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 36.496 million shares. So we did end up having below average volume on the day, and it's part of the reasons why we saw a pullback in AMC stock. When we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it's at 40.71. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 50-day, we're also below the 200-day, and the 21-day EMA. So AMC is currently in the bear market, trading below all of our major moving averages, and taking into consideration how things are going to be looking for this week, we could possibly be visiting going down into the $25 range. You can see the next area of support is right here around $25.50. Breaking through $25.50, then the next level of support you'd want to see hold up will be right here around $24.30 range. So these are some areas you're going to want to keep an eye on. Now, as far as for the bullish case scenario, seeing a reversal, we know we do have resistance right at $28.13, right? That was our high of the day. So we want to be able to get past this and get to the 21-day EMA at 29.17 and then being able to hold support there. We have shown them been able to hold support there in the past. So this is where we want to look forward to seeing that next move up and going to at least $32. This will be essential getting to 32 because I feel if we get to $32, more buyers will start coming in and then we can start having some price action above the 200-day, which will really make AMC start looking bullish again. So let's see how AMC performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for AMC. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it is at 52.88%, and then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 6.86 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 5.1 million, updated 23 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 0.52%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 30th, it was at 48.70. And then for the close of the 31st, it went up, it's at 52.88. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the numbers will be later on in the evening, but one thing we know for a fact, AMC does continue to have short squeeze potential. So now let's go into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for AMC. So we can see here on the inflow is at 100, and then on the outflow it was 113. So it was an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, it was 0 on the large, on the medium it was 70.45, and then on the small it was 29.68. When we take a look at the outflow side, we had 0 on the large. On the medium, it was 82.12. And then on the small, it was 31.25. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see we had 0 for today, 0 for 4 trading days, and the last time we ended up having any sort of activity was on December the 28th with a negative 3,758.61. Now, when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And of course, for the large, it was 0. Taking a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 5.20%. So that is up there. And what this tells us, there was a good amount of selling. And we also noticed this from the order flow. We also know that shares are very liquid in AMC. So keeping that in mind, especially as the rest of this week progresses, you're going to want to see it pay attention to those levels like we talked about inside of the technicals, and we want to see a bullish trend. But let's be honest here, if you've been in this play long enough, you already know it's extremely volatile. So let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for AMC, I was talking about in my previous video how key it was for it to hold up at least the $27 level. We ended up breaking through it, so there is a potential chance if we end up having more of a pullback, we could start visiting around the $25 range, and preferably we want to see it hold up around $25.50. Breaking through that could send us right in to 24. So I just want to make sure that you're fully aware of that. For it to start looking strong and looking for that reversal, AMC needs to get above $33. This will put it above the 200-day, and then we can start seeing some strength there. But before we can even go to 33, AMC needs to get to $30 first, and I feel that will bring a lot more buyers into the stock. And in regards to Adam Aron's comments talking about that he wanted to refinance debt for AMC, this does not bring a lot of confidence to shareholders. We also do know this is going to bring more volatility. It's going to bring a lot of selling pressure. This is not the most positive of news, but one thing you have to be aware of, he is a CEO and his main goal is to keep the company afloat. So if he can refinance and get better terms, then it will be better for AMC in the long run. But when we talk about the share price, of course there's going to be impact, and this is why I say be prepared for the volatility, and always know if you're going to be putting any money into AMC, you cannot be afraid to lose it. Because if you are going to be afraid to lose it, you're more likely to panic sell, make the wrong decisions. So this is why I say do not put the pressure on yourself to want to jump into play. Don't be fueled by greed. You want to make sure that you're paying attention and you're realizing, hey, these are the risks that are involved. I can risk losing my whole investment or a large portion of my investment, but it doesn't matter because I feel confident and I have the conviction to be inside of this stock. Again, you need to have that. If you don't have that, stay away from this play, especially if you're going to be buying at levels that are not the most favorable. If it decides to pull back even more, this is why I say you might end up seeing a better opportunity, or you might end up seeing something else that is better for you. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys this unbiased approach because I feel you don't get enough of that on YouTube. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential as well. So that is also another great thing to hear. So if we end up having a catalyst or we have more buying pressure coming into the stock, we have that volume picking up. This is why I say you want to see AMC get to $30 and we can really start moving very well from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how AMC performs for the rest of the week. We'll talk soon.